feel bad for the military to sit in that thing. Looks like that's supposed to be his bed to his right. I don't know what that's supposed to be. A parachute? Driving that thing looks like a go-kart. I don't know if that's supposed to be old cans or whatever that's supposed to be. Now my tank, the one I like driving the most, I have, this is actually another box full of ammo and all that stuff, and that gunner thing doesn't really work. The only thing works is the cannon. And then you upgrade to new stuff, and then there's about maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in that. 4 or 5 guys in this tank. Yeah, this is, it's like Robo-Tank. To mine it's like Robo-Tank. 2 gas tanks on both sides, ammo box on the side. Those are actually your fuel tanks of for your fuel. And then up here in the front are like air holes where guys can actually see. There's actually, oops, I kind of like swapped it. The guys who are in the tank, they actually see through the holes right there. That's like little holes they look through to see what's coming, like where we're going to destinations. And those are the things you can put on. And on the other tank, see that armor sitting right there? Looks like a big old giant piece of the track. Kind of might be. I don't know if it is or not. That is actually part of, yeah, that's the track, and they use it for armor to keep rockets and all that stuff from hitting you and all that stuff. Updating your tanks, it updates the barrel and updates everything on the tank. You can even paint your tanks. You can modify your tanks too. You can modify them to different tanks. Here, I'll show you what I mean. You go over here to, like, you want to buy another tank, right? Go over here, buy another tank. And this is your inventory of buying other tanks. You got all different ones. You got German tanks, you got Russian tanks, these like German tanks, that's Russian tanks, that's England tanks, and I forget what country that is. I think that's another, not German, can't think of the name of that one. It's Japanese tanks, and another country tank, US tanks. Now, the cool thing about these tanks are, each tank you update, like you update the body of the tank and all that stuff, then you move to another tank, and you move up to another tank. Each time you update each tank, each time you modify a tank, you move up to another tank. And they have these little things going on. If you buy a tank for, like, in PlayStation Store, you don't actually get to be able to play with it, because you have to unlock all of these before you can actually get to your tank. So you can't play with your tank. They won't let you, some odd reason. I had a friend of mine I played games with on this. He told me he bought every stupid tank in the game and he updated everything, but he said it was, you have to go through the battles to actually play them. He got upset with that and stopped playing it. But this is how many you have to go through, and you move up to bigger tanks, and then you move on to bigger tanks. Now these are the tanks have the bigger cannons on them. And these tanks, now if you took this tank right here, because this is actually a destroyer tank. If the little square boxes, if you see them, those are destroyer tanks. They do some damage. I don't know if these are destroyer tanks or not. Triangles, I think, no, the square boxes are destroyers or sniper tanks. Destroyer tanks are these tanks. So if you see a triangle, that's a destroyer tank. These are like your normal tanks. But I'll give you a tip. If you had all these tanks and you had every single one of them unlocked, and you went to battle, like, you're gonna dominate the room. People are like, "Oh man, sweet tank! I like a tank, man! I like a tank!" You're like, "Why is he going nuts?" No, I'm not. I haven't had my caffeine yet. I don't know if I had it yet. But see near my name? That's how many wins you make and how many you don't win. And then if you keep it in the stars, if you get, say, 1,000 stars, then you can upgrade any tank you want. In gold, if you get gold coins, You're only fortune lucky if you get gold coins each battle that you go through. Now, if you buy the gold coins, that actually boosts up your tanks and actually soup up your tanks. So yeah, it's like see the little green going around it. Each time you upgrade a tank or anything in the USA or any other countries, each time you soup up each tank and it fills it up with all green, for each one it says 50, 80 each one of them, that tells you all your tanks are modified and ready to go through battle. Right now in the USA I got about 2 modified. This one I just have to upgrade this one. This little dorky tank is really dorky looking, I'm not kidding. Here, I'm gonna show you what you do. I'll show you it. It's a free tank, so anytime you get a free tank, you won't pass up for that. This actually looks like a robot. It's like a tank. It looks like a tank from Star Wars. Actually, it looks like, what's that little robot's name? B2 something. If you guys can tell me what that name is. It's a little robot tank. Looks like a tank. Anyways, what you do is you back out of that. You go to that tank we just looked at. You press square. You go and you want to upgrade the tank, right? Well, here we're going to upgrade the tank. Yep, upgrade the tank. And that basically did nothing but make the front nose look stupider. It's telling me to buy another tank for this much money. Who cares? I don't mind. Yes. And that gives me another tank. And every time you fill up each tank, and if you go through battle with your friends or people you meet on the game, this actually helps you out. And it's really fun. I mean, this game really is fun. I just don't get the point is when you play with this tank is I feel bad the people who actually were in the tank. Okay, now you gotta pick a crew. And that gives you a free one. And those 2 tanks are modified where you can only do that much to them. You can't really do much to these tanks. I think we just got, let's go armor. Let's upgrade this armor. And then when you move up, you go to another tank, and then you buy this armor if you go through another battle, and then from here you buy another tank. And you keep moving up each time you go through battles and upgrade tanks. To upgrade these tanks is you're just gonna keep going through battles. Here, let me show you something else. If you go right here, this is actually a thing where you can actually give yourself health in this game. And then if you go here, this gives you extra stuff like if you want to buy, but you got to get enough money to afford it. This actually pendulates the armor and keeps the armor strong. This actually keeps your track going. You lose points if you use any of the stuff in during battle, so it kind of hurts you a little bit. This I haven't messed with at all, I don't know why. And you can also sell your tanks. Each time you sell your tank you make more money, plus you can upgrade anything you want. Me, I'm not really selling in my tanks. I sold some of my tanks earlier, but it's because I didn't like some of them. And actually when you do sell one, I hardly ever play with this tank. Okay, we're gonna go square. We're gonna sell it. And this is what it does to money. So you get your money on top, gives you $4,615, and it's $290 in cash. So what you're gonna do is, if you want to, you can go over here, you look for a tank you want to modify, and you can just go ahead and modify it. This tank needs help. I really don't want that tank, but I'm gonna sell it. I really am gonna sell it. Sorry, I don't like that tank. I think it's like the dorkiest tank in the game. It's like you just want to put a white flag and go, kill me, kill me, kill me. This is another sniper tank. This actually looks like the back end looks like a 57 Chevy. I'm not kidding. The back end here. But the cannon on this thing, good almighty. Talk about the cannon. Oh boy. Talking about a beating. This thing took a beating for how many years this thing sit in. The pilot sit right there in that little chair and rotated that. And then the other 2 guys sit there on the corner side. See, they got their little hats. And then I think that's a fuel tank, I'm not sure. Ammo tank or fuel tank, that's probably the fuel tank. And then there's like a little barrel right there, I can't figure that out. That little strap thing you see right there in the corner, that actually covered the tank in battle to keep you so you had a roof. I thought it was pretty cool. This tank, and I showed you before, you push forward, go backwards and all that stuff. We're gonna update this tank. Go up here. And we just updated the tank. This tank has some upgrades. Look at that. So the thing difference about this tank is basically nothing, but yeah. Here, let's paint the tank while we're at it. Paint the tank. I don't want to name it. Let's see, paint the tank. No! Okay, it's gonna be one of these. Yeah, let's do 7 days. And there's your paint job. It looks pretty cool for a paint job. It's camouflage. And this is all the stuff that hangs around your thing. And for some reason that did not save it. You have a Jeep sitting over there, you got another tank sitting over there. These tanks are all covered up till you unlock them, then you get them. Now, you don't get the motorcycle, I wish you could. You get to see the American flag in the background. Now, if you're from another country, I don't know if you get a different flag or not. If they do have that, I think that's an honor for people. If they do that, I hope they do. Because I was thinking of people like if you're from Australia or from the United Kingdom, or you're from, I put in the term Australia, you should be able to have your flag. Instead of the American flag, you have your flag, where you're from. Now, a lot of games don't do that, and some games do. Now, if they do this on War of Tanks, I think GTA 5 should cough that up and do that, my opinion. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you guys out. It tells you a lot about this game. It talks about other games. And if you like this video, I hope it helps you guys out. And big shout out to all the subscribers I shout out to. And I'm actually going to go back to war on this. And I'm not going to use that tank. I'm going to actually use my baby. And this is actually my baby tank. Now again, I will say this again. This is my baby tank. I'm actually going to paint this for just because you guys give me a thought on it. I'm actually going to paint it. I don't want that color. It looks like a rusted color. Camouflage actually looks pretty. I love this paint job. I really like this one. I don't know how much this one is. I'm going to go with a 7-day thing. Okay, 30-day. And then save it, stupid tank. Yes, I can pick up my tank. These things on top are like little guide things, options. Like you can go do your thing, you can check these things off. Daily things, you just go back and you just click on each one of them. Give them a thumbs up or whatever you want to do. And people do sit down and report you. So be careful. On this game, they sit down and they will report your butt like constantly. I cheated. Woohoo! These are the people you played games with just a few minutes ago, and you can actually see what tanks they are. You can actually click on their names, and you can see who you played games with. This is basically going online and looking up stuff to buy. I really can't show you that because it won't let me show you it. And then you can actually go back to tanks and look at what ones you want to buy, and then you go back and forth. This game is fun if you enjoy War of Tanks. I hope it gave you some knowledge and gave you some fun time to sit down and have some fun playing it. It'd be so cool to actually sit down underneath that thing and look underneath it. I'd be kind of scared because if that thing were to break, well, I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Again, thanks for watching. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless you. Peace out.